Welcome to the Courage to Live podcast. My name is Josh Bitsko. I'm a retired police captain with 24 years of experience out of Las Vegas. Currently, I travel the country and I teach people about resilience, courage, and leadership. Today, I want to talk about the weight of command. And I know command is often associated with military or police or fire. So it really is just the weight of being in a leadership position. There's unseen pressure that comes with leadership. You are responsible no longer just for yourself and your own actions, but the actions of your team. The best leaders always, when things go well, they give credit to their team. And when things go poorly, it's because of them. And, that always served me well. There's so many good leadership books like the Jocko Willink has a couple good books like The Dichotomy of Leadership and Extreme Ownership. Both books I read as a younger leader that helped shape how I led people, to be honest. And so that increased responsibility with knowing if things go well, it's because your team did what they were supposed to do. And if they go poorly, it's on you. And truly believing that carries a weight. And, it means you're carrying decisions and outcomes and emotions that most people never see, especially if you're doing your job right, because you don't want to also, when you're in a leadership position, be complaining to your people about how hard it is. And, I'm not saying don't be real with your people, but that's not really inspiring confidence. Because leadership is often lonely because you carry the stress and the fear and the uncertainty that others don't have to do. The people on your team, they have tasks that they have to get done and, deadlines to meet, but you have to bear all of that stress. And knowing that every decision you make has a cost, not just for the company or the department, but there's a cost to your time and your peace and your relationships. When there were times I had a decision, I get a phone call at 1 a.m, something was happening in my area when I was a captain, and I had to make that decision. Do I go out or do I not have to go out? Do I go out to support my people? Or do I stay in bed and trust that my lieutenants and my sergeants are handling it right? Because there are times as a captain, just showing your face shows your people you care about them. But if you're always doing that, then you're away from your family and you're sacrificing sleep and you're getting burnt out. So there's a fine balance that you have to walk as a leader, and it's not easy. And the higher you rise, the harder it is, as far as this is concerned, the weight that you carry. But also there's fewer people to understand what you are going through. Like when you're a captain, like on a large police department, I was a captain and I had 200-300 people that would work for me. And there was only like 20, 25, 26 other captains on the entire agency. Smaller agencies, it might be even less, or it definitely is less. So the higher you promote, the less people there are in that position. And pretending it doesn't affect you or pushing it down, that's not helping you process the weight that you're carrying in healthy ways. And I talk a lot on other podcasts about self-care and rest and all of those things. So I'm not going to get to those in this podcast. But really, the one big thing that you can do when you're carrying that weight is building a strong peer relationship with like positioned individuals that you can to have that outlet to talk about the decisions that you're making. Maybe you want to bounce some ideas off somebody, but also to vent and, talk about like, oh no, I'm feeling really burnt out right now because I had 3 call outs this week, or, I've had to meet several deadlines for work. And, I have my people, some of them are doing great. Some of them need a little extra coaching and it's a lot of stress. And having somebody that understands that weight can really help you process it and know that you're doing the right things and, kind of help someone carry that weight for you. Because being vulnerable, it doesn't undermine your authority. It doesn't make you look less like a leader, especially to a peer. It just shows that you care and you're taking care of yourself. But if you're losing yourself in that process, if you're losing yourself in the process of leadership, you're also not going to be a better leader. I mean, you're not going to grow because you're almost switching into that survival mode of how do you keep going under the stress and under the pressure. being a good leader, there's so many things that go into that, but it takes courage. It also takes compassion for your people, but also self compassion for yourself. You can't give everything away to the mission and your people if you're not taking care of yourself also. The way to command is real, but it doesn't have to crush you. If you lead with honesty about even your limits, taking care of your own well being, you create space for others to do the same. It has a ripple effect through your team and through your peers. And that's how leadership can really be sustainable and not just successful. Because you're not just measured by how successful you are. That's a huge part of it. But can you sustain that over long periods of time? Thank you for listening today. If you enjoyed the podcast, please share it with a friend, subscribe, leave a review, and I really appreciate you spending time with me today.